Welcome back, guys. I have not made a watch list video in a long time, but right now the market is giving us plenty of opportunities to add some amazing stocks, nice and cheap. Let's go down the watch list one by one because there are so many out there to keep an eye on for bottoms. Look at Givo right here. Givo broke its bottom. It did bounce here and broke down. That is just a perfect example of what can happen. Not every bottom it's going to get a bounce. Sometimes they break down and you have to take the loss. So that's not a good play. BKKT. Whoa, this thing's been on a run, but not chasing that. We don't chase on this channel. IQST looks like buyers stepped in after the sell off, after it touched that 28-cent level. I did not alert it because I did not buy in. I was too focused on other stocks, AITX having that 15% day. But you can see buyers stepped in. Buyers stepped in here. I'm still waiting to see if it's going to come down to the trend line. That is where I would like to add. That is going to be the opportunity over here, not just yet. Not after that sell off. So keep an eye on IQST. Again, I was going to alert it, but then I'm like, it kind of ran away from me, right? I wanted to buy down here, but by the time I looked at it, it already closed at 27 cents. And I'm like, man, I don't want to chase that big green candle. And I figured if there would be a sell off, which exactly what happened. So just keep an eye on it for that trend line touch. Let's keep going down the list here. That one's at the top. This one, I have no idea what this one's all about. I might have, nah, I wouldn't want to touch this because this looks like a Mullen stock. Look at that. It just keeps going lower and lower. You don't want to touch something like that. Probably a really bad company, Polestar. Let's see. Iran, you don't want to chase these Bitcoin miners where when they've had a huge run up like this. Tilray, now we're talking bottoms here. The absolute bottom is down here at 1.5. So as long as it holds 1.5, we're good. It's a slow mover, slowly moves lower and lower, but it does tend to hold down here at 1.5. I'm already in it and I am holding. I'm not concerned one bit unless it breaks that absolute bottom at 1.5. For the time being, we're just waiting for that next catalyst that sends it on a big green candle like that, or this tear here, this run up here, and another run up. That's kind of been the pattern, and we're taking advantage of that. So that's another good one. Keep an eye on Tilray and IQST. That's two good ones right there. CVNA, not chasing that. SAML, garbage. Meta, too expensive. Hive, nope, we're not chasing that. That's already ran up too much. Beto here, maybe a good one to keep an eye on for when Bitcoin bottoms out. But there's other miners that are better than that. Amazon, red. Blink, know nothing about it. Google, nope. Too expensive, too expensive. Come on, give me some good ones here. Apple. A lot of Friday was a huge sell-off day. That's that's the vibe I'm getting here. GME, you would want to wait for it to come down to $20 at least. I don't think you want to buy here. It's within a range, so it's getting ready to make a big move one direction or the other. Better to just wait for 20 since that's where it keeps getting buyers. Netflix, Microsoft, like I said, a lot of big red candles for the big boys. SoundHound, have not added. I said I was going to add again. I was keeping it on AITX and ILIS and other stocks. So I did not jump in yet. I'm still going to wait for the absolute bottom down here at 37.35. Especially with the way the market moved. Because of the way the market was moving, I was like, you know what? Let me hold off on buying. That's why I didn't alert it. If you don't see me alerting it in the Discord, that means I didn't buy, and probably for good reason. I'm not gonna alert something if it's gonna keep going down. If I think that's what's gonna happen. BitF too expensive. Wait for that. Yeah, BitF you want to buy that one under $2. You don't want to buy it up here. Wait for under $2. CLSK within a trading range. Very clear trading range here. The bottom underneath $15. But again, I think I'd rather buy Riot or Mara, mainly because they're more volatile and Riot is cheaper. Let's see what else. What's going on with the market here? QQQ, big red candle. We might start a downtrend here. Shopify, yeah, it was a pretty ugly day Friday. We'll see we'll see if the market recovers. Nvidia, if it goes under 100 on a bear market, that's going to be a buy opportunity of a lifetime. That is what I'm watching for because this thing has been running up. It's been on a huge run. Look at that chart. It's just been going. Eventually, it will have to retrace most of its move. People will take profits, especially once it gets ugly. So I'm looking for Nvidia under 100 at this point. and I can be patient. I can wait. Maybe it doesn't go under 100. That's fine. I'll just chase at 150. I guess I'm not gonna buy it under 200. If you got 20 years ahead of you, you'll be fine. You're not looking for a quick flip on that one. Let's see what else. Gold. Whew, gold has been running here, but again, we don't like chasing tops. Path. QYND, another garbage penny stock that doesn't communicate much, doesn't go much of anywhere. A lot of people holding a bag on that one. Riot stock. Again, another crypto miner near the bottom here, the absolute bottom at 802. That is where I'm looking to add next if it does come down there. I have added some in the nines. I think anything under $10 is a steal for a long-term swing. This thing can go up as high as 18 to 20. So that's why I was saying, you know what, I prefer Riot and Mara over the other Bitcoin miners. But they all tend to follow one another, so it doesn't really matter at that point. Just buy whatever you're comfortable with, as long as you're just buying it as close to the bottom as possible. Tesla, we're looking for that $200 break. I don't know if it's going to happen with the fact that, again, the market sold off on Friday. We'll see how we start going into Monday. And let's see, let's keep going down the list. Snap, don't care for it. Chipotle is now cheap. We'll see what happens we'll see how cheap that one gets. And now I can actually buy Chipotle stock. It was like, what, $3,000 a piece or something ridiculous? All right, let's keep going down here. Mara, there you go, Mara at the bottom down here at around $15 to $16. So if you're looking to buy Mara, wait for that level. Because right now we're just slowly kind of going nowhere. We're slowly trending to the downside, but we're kind of, it's weird. It's had some weird movement. Like it's going up and down within like a range sort of, but slowly going lower. So I would just wait for, again, the absolute bottom at 15 to 16. I'm pulling up Bitcoin right now. I'm just going to take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 2.46%. If it doesn't hold 58K, we will see a breakdown. And if Bitcoin breaks down over the weekend, going into Monday as well, we will see miners come down nice and cheap as well. So you'll see Mara come down to like 17, 16, and you'll see Riot come down to that $8 level that I told you about, which is where I'm going to add another position. I've slowly been accumulating. I'm not lump summing a huge position for the shorter term swings. All right, let's see. Holy crap, this watch list is huge. Okay, SoFi, it bottomed out previously at 650. You can see here, 650 is where it bottomed out. I think that's where the CEO bought last time, went on a huge tear to 10. So I'm keeping an eye on this one. I'm keeping an eye on the market as a whole and see how it moves, because it does feel like the market is getting ready to go lower. So, but I'm going to keep an eye on SoFi, but definitely not a good play right now. Not a good play. Let's wait and be patient for that one. BBAI, look at that. It bounced. BBAI moving on up despite its horrible revenue growth with increasing volume. That's an interesting one to keep an eye on. And it closed on a green candle compared to the market as a whole closing on a red one. Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, it did touch the absolute bottom down here at 119. So it did hold, which is good. I'll keep an eye on that one. We'll see. But I just don't like its revenues. And you still have to be afraid of the fact that it could go under $1, and then a reverse split gets enacted so they can stay on the higher exchange. If you don't want to worry about all that nonsense, just trade something else like a SoundHound at that point. Just trade something else that's not in that danger zone of going under $1, because you just never know. You never know. You could be cocky and say, oh, it's never going to go under $1, but then you look at FSRN. A lot of people thought this wouldn't go under $1, and it did, and then it reverse split to go to. It had to get a name change. It's not even FSK anymore. It had to change its name to FSRN, or no, it was FSR, I believe. Then it changed to FSRN because it got delisted, if I recall. So you just don't want to get cocky. It's better to just play it safe. I mean, there's plenty of stocks, good stocks out there to trade. CLF, I think this one got real cheap, right? This thing was at like $20. Ooh, look at that. The bottom down here at $13 to $14. I'm going to wait for that. Keep an eye on CLF. I like CLF for a swing. I've been keeping an eye on this one, but I've never really talked about it. I'm going to do some research on that one specifically because I really do like how it bottoms out at around $12 to $14. Okay, let's continue here. My goodness, this is just a huge watch list. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully you walked away from this going, man, there's a lot of plays here, a lot of opportunities. That's what I do every not every day, but every Saturday. I kind of go through the watch list and go, okay, what's gonna be? Where are the opportunities here? Where are the opportunities for bottoms? AMC here, it's looking. This is not a bottom. The bottom is down here, but it is looking like it might break out again and go to $6. So that's maybe a breakout play right here. You would want to see a breakout above. You want that $5 break. If it gets that $5 break, we can go to 550, then six, and maybe even higher if it gets a surge. So keep an eye on AMC for a breakout play. It's not. It's not. Yeah, it's definitely not a bottom play. More of a breakout play. ILIS unfortunately has low as it's just going to keep going lower. I would wait to see if it bottoms out here. If it doesn't, more than likely it's going to dump another 10-20%, come down to 003s and 2s, which is more than likely going to happen with the way they're communicating and basically telling their shareholders, yeah, we're not going to do much of anything. We're going to grow the business, guys. Don't worry. You'll make money. Sure. We're going to keep diluting you. For a swing trade opportunity, though, just start accumulating. This thing can run a whole penny on a green candle. On one catalyst, this thing can run pennies. So that's why I'm not concerned right now with my positions that I already have. Jones Soda has been trending to the upside. It's getting ready to break out. I was waiting for it to consolidate, but looks like it might get ready to go even higher. I have no idea why it's doing this, but there it is, guys. It is a penny stock that is moving higher. And they're moving into beverage. They used to be just a soda company, but now they're doing, everything else, the beverages in general. So that's all I know about it. It's been trending to the upside since the beginning of the year, so pretty incredible. Probably because they communicate, unlike some penny stocks that I know. AITX, this is a good one to buy in under 005s. I think it's going to break 1 penny in the future. Not in the future like soon, but at some point. And so buying right now under 005s, you'll eventually see a return on your investment. I do have positions in that one even at 007, and I'm not concerned. Like if this was if this was a garbage company like ILIS not communicating with its shareholders, then I'd be very concerned. But CYBO, let's not talk about that one. ASNS, AN, ASNS, very volatile. I would look to buy under $1.50 and accumulate there. And then the next catalyst is going to give it a huge pop. It's a low flow. It only has, what, 5 million outstanding shares or 5 million float, something like that. It has a very low float. So one PR and it explodes. So you kind of want to position yourself under $1.50. I even put here buy target, buy target, buy target. So you kind of want to add a third of your position at 140, 122, and then 106. And if it breaks down below a dollar, then at that point you have to decide, do I hold the bag or do I take the loss? I would take the loss personally because we're looking to play the catalyst more than anything that keeps sending it 50 to 100% or 300%, as you can see on this big wild move here. Anyways, that is it for the stock market watch list video. I know you're like, oh my God, that was a lot. You do this every Saturday? Yeah, I do. But that's kind of how you figure out where the plays are. And I look at the same basket of stocks and I kind of figure out of all of these, which is an opportunity in going into next week, which is an opportunity long term, and which ones should I keep an eye on because they might be bottoming out within the next couple of weeks or months. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.